Good afternoon everybody. Here I am trying to work out the joys of riding an R1300 GS. This is the triple black model, which is, and it's exactly the same as all the other R1300 GSs, like the trophy model. It's just a difference in cosmetics. Dynamically and control-wise, still the same. So, trying to work this thing out is complex. There are so many things to scroll through, and you push the menu button and everything changes, and I've got no idea what to do. All I want to do at this point in time is be able to put the screen all the way up, and I don't know if it's all the way up or... look at that, must be up. That is all the way up. Okay, good. So now I can concentrate on other things, like just riding. Must also remember this bike only has 5.2 kilometres on it, so I guess everything needs to run in a little bit. Should tread it gently. You feel like you're in a bubble behind the screen. We'll see how we feel once we can get going a little bit faster away from the traffic. The screen is just like great, beautiful, crystal clear, easy to read, responsive. I know they have different layouts, but I'm not going to bother with that at this point in time. So it doesn't have adaptive ride height, so, oh look, I can still put both feet flat on the ground if I really want to. And that's at full height, it doesn't have adaptive ride height, so that's alright. I've got no problems with that. Tippy toes is easy, flat feet, I can just. My heels are on the ground, so that's alright. Not a lot of weight on my heels, but yeah, I can flat foot that, that's good. Oh, there we go. Pulls away nice and easy, you don't need to give it any particular revs. What's it like to ride? Is it easy to throw around? You know what, even though the weight's down low and it's easy to calm, it doesn't respond as quickly to side inputs as like in my inline 4 Yamaha FZ1. On my bike I can do that, and it's quicker and easier, it's lighter, believe it or not, than this thing. This thing seems much more, I guess, got a much more inertia. It takes a bit more effort to make it change direction. It tips in easy, but it's not as light as my FZ1. So it's not as light as the FZ1 in terms of steering. But then when you tip it into a corner, it has a certain solid feel to it. Like it knows where it's going. It just feels planted. And you can change direction because it's got nice wide bars, so it is easy, not hard to do. No cars behind me. Brakes aren't bad. So let's go looking for bumps. We're in road, so it should be nice and smooth. There we go. So yeah, you go looking for bumps and it's fairly smooth, really. Controls are easy to use, and like to learn the menu system on the bike is going to be another story altogether. So it just tips in, and it just wants to stay there. It wants to stay in line. If you need to change it, come on, out of the way, people. You can, but it's very, very solid in the way it tips into a corner and just wants to stay there. Yes, you can change lines, but it takes more effort than the inline 4. Which isn't a bad thing, because if you get your line right, it's really great. It's all about what you're used to, and I guess you adapt to how it rides. It's a completely different feel to what I'm used to. Different vibrations, different engine feel, different suspension. It feels longer, which it probably is. The way you tip it into a corner, it has a less lively feel. It feels slower. The way it tips into a corner. It's not a bad thing, it's just different. Just something to get used to, I guess. Learning the feel of things. So, sign says 65, let's try and go through here at 100. In road mode, it's a bit bouncy, but it goes around the corner alright. High degree of confidence. What happens if I change gears? Cruise control stays on. That's cool. Comfort is certainly worthwhile. And can I stand up? Oh, look, it's easy to stand up. Quite easy. And reasonable reach to the bars. The bend to the knees is quite sustainable. What a great afternoon to be at Picton Pub, eh? That would be rather nice. And here we are, traffic. Open the visor, get some fresh air. So it's really quite smooth at very low speed. Makes speeds so easily. It doesn't feel like it's going fast. But you don't really need to change gears very much. There's a lot of torque there. 80 kilometers an hour, up to 100. Pretty quick. I mean, like, yeah, sports bike might be faster, but realistically, you don't feel like you're going that fast, and that's probably the difference. I guess that's one of the things, isn't it? It doesn't feel like it's going fast, but it is. So let's put the screen down, since we're just paddling along. I like that. I don't know if it's necessary, but it's nice. The BMW R1300 GS is an incredibly good motorcycle. It's comfortable, easy to ride, and has a range of electronic rider aids that make life riding this bike really satisfying. Electrical adjustable suspension is effective and has the ability to be fine-tuned via the dash, so you can set it up to suit your own preferences. The fact that you can change the setting as you ride means you can adjust it for changing road conditions on the go. The two different transmissions, one with a clutch lever and quick shifter, and the ASA model with no clutch lever, present two options to think about. The ASA version is really easy to get used to. You can set it up to be fully automatic where the bike changes gear itself, although it has a tendency to change gears to get into top earlier than I would choose. You do have the option to override this via the traditional foot-operated gear lever at any time, and understand that the bike can learn how you like to ride and adjust accordingly. The automatic gear change can sometimes be a little rough in the lower gears, but generally changing from third gear and up was pretty smooth. I did notice that the gear change smooths out with different throttle openings. Generally, the smaller the throttle opening, the smoother the gear change. Also, keep in mind, this bike was brand new and still needed to be run in, so I'm told it improves with more kilometers on it. If you use the bike in manual mode, it works just like a normal quick shifter, except if you're in, for example, 6th gear and slow down to come to a stop, the bike will change down gears for you. The system works, and it works well. The BMW R1300 GS is capable of covering distance over a variety of surfaces in comfort. It's a premium price bike, but it is a premium product.